reporting on the games you love by people who love to game. The MMO Reporter Network.
So we're here with Matt, and we're going to take a look at FireFall today. So Matt, can you tell us a little bit about the game and take us through some of the things we can do?
Sure thing. FireFall is a team-based action shooter played entirely online. So we've combined a massive open world where players can cooperate with hundreds of other players in order to fight back an enemy known as the Melding and their forces known as the Chosen. What we're showing off here at PAX is both PvP and PvE of our world. What we're in right now is actually our open world, and we've actually joined in when there's already an attack happening on the world. So the Chosen are attacking a city called Copacabana. So FireFall is a skill-based shooter. It's all about the player reaction. So it's just like any other shooter you might experience. WASD moves you forward around. We've got some pretty cool stuff though that makes us a little bit unique with our jetpacks, as well as abilities. As you can see on my 1-2 button, I have different abilities like an afterburner, and then I can crater down on top of things and do a lot of damage. This right here is Copacabana. It's a world that's actually under attack by this giant dropship that's taken over everything. This is an example of a world event that happens in the world of FireFall. The Chosen are constantly attacking a group known as the Accord, which is what the player is basically helping work towards. Players act as a mercenary army working with the Accord to try to push back the Melding that has engulfed the entire planet. Everything in the world is powered by a resource called Crystite. Crystite is actually something that is a good and bad thing. It came to Earth during an event known as the FireFall, which devastated the world. And if that wasn't bad enough, people started to use the resource as a clean energy source until they figured out that it actually drew in the Melding. And the Melding then engulfed the entire planet. So we have like a double cataclysm happening here. And so now they're trying to fight back against the Chosen, fight back against the Melding, just to save the planet and save humanity. So this is an attack by the Chosen on Copacabana. I'm playing what's known as an assault character. He's all about dealing damage. Oh, I'm getting shot. Let me move out of the way. There's snipers up in the roof. I'm playing the assault character, which is all about dealing damage. His plasma cannon does a lot of damage up front. His abilities are all about dealing damage. He's about getting in there and doing a lot of stuff. He's got different modules installed, including my abilities that I just did, my afterburner, my crater. I have a alternate fire equipped on my plasma cannon right now, a scatter shot, which is like a shotgun. It's really great for up close. It bounces around. Sorry about that. I can switch to my assault rifle, which is a secondary weapon that I can equip. These are items that I picked up in the world and that I've equipped my character with. These roaches work with the Melding, the Chosen. The Chosen train them to attack the city. And what they're trying to do is take down our Sin Tower, which is what gives us intelligence about what's going on. So they're taking down our shield generators right now. These defend B and A and C. So they're trying to take us out and take down that Sin Tower, and we're trying to defend it. There are a bunch of players on here right now helping me out at the show. So they're trying to take down this dropship before it's able to take us all out. It's a pretty hectic battle. Another interesting part of FireFall, though, is that it's completely free to play. So we actually consider this the most ambitious and largest scale free-to-play game ever made. We put a lot of money into it. We put a lot of time. The studio, Red 5 Studios, has been working on the game for over 5 years now. This is the first time we have playable hands-on open world. We've shown off our PvP mode multiple times at multiple shows, but we really thought it was time for everybody to see how the entire project works together as a whole.
So how does the PvE work? So the open world section that you were talking about, can you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure, so I'm actually in open world right now. I'm in during a world event, so everybody's really focused on doing damage. I have other missions that I have on my plate, but I'm not focused on those right now because if I don't deal with this dropship, they'll take over this entire city and I won't be able to do my missions. So it's really important for players to work together to try to take out these attacks when they happen.
So what about character persistence? How does a character grow as they play the game?
Yeah, so as you can see, I'm getting experience for these kills. So I gain experience as I level up. I can get access to additional equipment. There's been equipment and resources that have been dropping as I kill creatures like this, a regeneration module that I can pick up, and then I can equip that later on. So this equipment will allow me to customize my character even more. Everything in FireFall is customizable. I can install modules to my battle frame, I can install modules to my weapons, abilities in my backpack, and really we try to do things horizontally instead of vertically. So most online games are going to do things in a way that you get more powerful as you level up. In our case, we want to open up more options for the player, so we open it up to getting more items. So I might not be able to equip that regeneration module until I reach level 5, but I'm level 1 right now, so I need to work towards leveling up.
So how can players specialize their character within the class? Are there different roles that they can take?
Absolutely. So you can see right here, there's a battle frame station. Oh God, I just had to take it out. There's a battle frame station in the world that I can switch my battle frame at any time. Because in FireFall, you don't pick a class. You create a character, and then your equipment determines the class that you are. So I was wearing the assault battle frame. Once I respawn here, I'll switch to another one. We've announced 4 different frames at the time. Right now, we've got our assault, a recon, which is all about sniping, a medic, which is a very great class for, especially around here, because somebody could have revived me, and a engineer. So I'll switch over to the engineer, which is the new class that we're showing off here at PAX. Engineer has some pretty cool things like deploying turrets. I don't know if I'm going to take both these guys out though. There we go, there we go. I can also pop down a force field. So now I just took out we just took out the whole dropship. So as a team, we were able to hold back the Chosen and take them out. So they're taking off. So that was a world event that we just completed as a team, and we made sure that Copacabana is now safe for other people to do missions. If we hadn't done that, Copacabana would be taken over, and when I logged in the next day, or if somebody logged in during another part of the persistent world, because this world continues to exist even after you log on, they might come in and Copacabana is completely taken over, and their first mission of the day is take back Copacabana. All their other missions are moot at that point because they can't complete them. So that's just part of the open world. So we have different missions that are going to dynamically be generated based on what's going on in the world, where players are. The system tries to push you towards missions that are in a location where other players aren't, so we can spread people out. But there are hundreds of people in this world constantly doing things, various world attacks going on. We showed off, when we first announced, we showed off another attack on Dredge, which was a giant melding titan that came out and started destroying the whole city. So we have the various world events that players will actually try to do. And these are completely random, they're dynamic. Depending on what characters are doing in the world, what time of day, what time of year, it changes. So we really wanted to make sure that when people entered into the game and they entered into the persistent world, that they had a different experience every time. We wanted to create something that was fun and felt like a living, breathing world.
So what are some of the inspirations as you guys were working on this game? What are some of the games that have come in the past that you guys drew upon to make this game?
Well, you can tell FireFall is an action shooter, so we really focused on the action shooter elements to make sure that first and foremost the shooting was fun. If you have a shooter and the shooter's not fun, what's the point of the rest of it? So we really focused on games like Tribes, Quake, Unreal Tournament, to really get that action feel going. Our lead designer, Scott Youngblood, is actually the lead designer of Tribes and Tribes 2, so that's obviously a big inspiration. We've also looked at movies and films and books and things like that to really build up the world, build up what's going on. As you can tell, we have our Thumper mission, which calls down a mining device that thumps on the ground and mines up things, and the creatures get all ticked off and start attacking it. That's obviously a kind of a reference to both Starship Troopers with all the bugs coming at you, as well as Dune for the Thumper that is actually bounding on the ground. Our art style is pulled from various sources. You can see the manga shader that we have in there to give it that kind of artistic look. That's really pulled off of various mangas that we've read. But a big reference was Appleseed Ex Machina. That was a big influence for us, and so we kind of pulled from games that we love, games, the various books that we've read, various things that we've watched, movies we watch, and as a team, we've created things that we enjoy and we're fun. We're a small studio. We're about 60 people right now, and that's actually quite large for us. And so our studio works a little bit differently. Everybody has their own insight into the game, and so we sit down as a team and figure what's fun, and we don't release it until it's fun. So the map that we're showing off here for PvP, we've held off on for months because it wasn't fun until we actually got it fun. We showed off at Gamescom just last week. People had a blast, and we're showing off.
So what's your favorite thing? What your favorite class and your favorite thing to do in game right now?
I'm a big Tribes player myself. So I really enjoy the assault. That's why I played the assault at the beginning. The plasma cannon feels very much like the disc launcher. The jetpacks really work well, and just cratering on top of people's heads is you don't imagine the joy when you have 4 people just standing there like thinking they're safe, and you come down from 100 feet in the air and bust them, all of them, and they all just die. It's pretty awesome.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much, and we look forward to playing the game.
Great. Thank you.